Now let us determine the Fourier coefficients for exponential Fourier series. We know for any signal, exponential Fourier series is written as xt equals to right. Now multiplying both sides with by e raised to power minus j k omega naught t and integrating it over one time period, this will become this equals to now on the right hand side we can interchange summation and sigma, so we can take this separately, right, and Cn is constant, so that we can also take out, this becomes T0 to T0 plus T e raised to power j n omega naught t e raised to power minus j k omega naught t. Now because this forms a complex exponential number, then if you see, what will be this? This integral would be always 0 for n not equal to k or k not equal to n. This will be always 0 because this is an orthogonal function, right? But if n is equal to k, what will happen? This will become e raised to power 0 and that will become 1. So at that time only this will be integral, and this integral answer would be equal to capital T. Otherwise this would be 0 for n not equal to k. So if we can write like that over here, if we write e raised to power j n omega naught t e raised to power minus j k omega naught t dt, t0 to t0 plus t would be equal to 0 for n not equal to k, and this would be equal to t for n equal to k. So if we use that, now this is sigma from minus infinity to infinity. At all the places this is 0. Only at one place, that is n equal to k or k equal to n, this is t. So both, because both are same, we can write it as Cn into t. Now because we are saying n is equal to k, on the left hand side also we can write t0 to t0 plus t xt e raised to power minus j n omega naught instead of this, right? So if we see this, Cn comes out to be 1 by t t0 to t0 plus t xt e raised to power minus j n omega naught t d. That is how we can determine the Fourier coefficient for exponential Fourier series, that is Cn. Now this equation is known as the analysis equation because we are able to here determine the Fourier coefficient. Now C0 can be obtained from this for putting n equal to 0, but sometimes that gives the absurd result. So it's always better to evaluate C0 separately, just like earlier Fourier series by the formula this. That is the average component of the signal. C0 DC or average component, because it is the same as small a0 or capital A0, so that formula remains same, right? So that is the determining the Fourier series for coefficients of exponential Fourier series. Clear? Now this Cn, we can, if we plot this Cn, because this is a complex number j, it will have the magnitude as well as the angle. So if we plot this versus the frequency omega, which is actually equal to n omega naught, that is what we obtain a very important information from Fourier series, exponential Fourier series, that is called as the Fourier spectrum. Now what is Fourier spectrum? The plot of Fourier coefficients versus the frequency is known as the Fourier spectrum. It has got two parts. One is plot of magnitude of Fourier coefficients versus frequency, that is called as the magnitude spectrum. Plot of angle of Fourier coefficients versus frequency, that is called as the phase spectrum. So it has got two parts, magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum. Further, because n is a discrete number, so whenever we plot this, the spectrum versus frequency, we get a discrete spectrum, right? We get a discrete spectrum. That is, the spectrum is the coefficients, these coefficients will be defined at discrete values. That is at 0, 1, omega naught, 2 omega naught, minus omega naught, minus 2 omega. So that is the discrete values, right? Same way the angle. So this is a discrete spectrum. It is not a continuous spectrum for a Fourier series, right? What the spectrum we get. Secondly, the magnitude spectrum is always even symmetrical. That means the magnitude of C1, C1 means that is 1 omega naught, n is equal to 1. So that will be same as C of minus 1, that is n equal to minus 1. And C2 will be equal to same as C of minus 2. And same way, the phase spectrum is odd symmetrical or anti-symmetrical across the y-axis. So that is, and another important part is this spectrum is both-sided spectrum. That because it is both sides of the axis, y-axis. It is for positive values of frequency, also for the negative values of frequency. Whereas in case of cosine series, the spectrum is only single-sided, because there is n is always one positive. There is no negative frequency concept in cosine Fourier series. So that there we get single-sided spectrum, but exponential Fourier series gives us a double-sided spectrum. Right? So that is what we mean by Fourier spectrum. What are different parts of spectrum? What is the type of that spectrums? So that is all about this Fourier spectrum and the evaluation of Fourier coefficients in case of exponential Fourier series. Now, if we just rewrite the relationships between the different coefficients, what is, in trigonometric Fourier series we have A0, AN and BN. In cosine Fourier series we have A0, AN, theta n. In exponential Fourier series we have C0 and C, right? Trigonometric Fourier series, if I say cosine Fourier series, exponential Fourier series. Just I have written the short form. It is not actually being used anywhere, but just writing over here. If we see the relationships, what are the relationships? C0 is equal to capital A0 equal to small a0. AN is equals to under root AN square plus BN square. Theta n equals to minus tan inverse BN by AN. Right? Further, Cn equals to AN by 2 e raised to power j theta. Now, that is exponential Fourier coefficients indirectly related with trigonometric Fourier. But directly also we can write that Cn equals to 1 by 2 An minus jBn, and C of minus n equals to 1 by 2 An plus j. Right? That is the directly we can write. And C0 with A0 that we have already written. These all three are the similar DC component or the average component of the signal. Right? You can also write An in terms of Cn. That is, An is Cn plus C of minus n. If you just add these two, you can get An. And from this, if you subtract this, we can get Bn equals to j Cn minus C of minus. Right? Multiplying this with j and add, we will get this. You can check it out. We will get this two relations. So these are the relationship between the different form of Fourier series. Now, further, trigonometric Fourier series does not gives us any spectrum. We do not get any spectrum from this. Cosine Fourier series gives us a single-sided spectrum, and it gives us again both two type of spectrums, magnitude as well as the phase. Exponential Fourier series gives us a bidirectional spectrum or both-sided spectrum. It also gives us two type of spectrums, magnitude as well as phase, and the spectrum nature is discrete in both cosine as well as exponential. That is the in exponential Fourier series itself, or sorry, in the Fourier series itself, the nature of spectrum is discrete in nature. All right. So that is all about this exponential Fourier series. Now, the evaluating the questions in this is similar to just what we have done earlier. Take any signal, define xt in mathematically, define its time period. Using the trigonometric formulas and integral formulas, evaluate these coefficients, and you can get the Fourier series. Or if you can evaluate or remember any one form of the Fourier series, then using these relations, you can convert from one form to another form. Okay, so we will stop over here. Thank you.